There have been many freak shows in mixed martial arts. Their acceptance into the upper echelons of MMA is entirely dependent on their ability to be exciting. Kimbo Slice is a perfect example. He's a street fighter with minimal boxing and ground training and maximum punching power. Although these fine gentlemen never seem to make it past a journeyman in the sport, they can be some of the most well-remembered by casual fans. When I first got into mixed martial arts, there was one guy who I found to be fascinating. His name is Tank Abbott. I'm not here to try and make a case as to why Tank Abbott is a good fighter. He's a knockout artist, and what's more is that he has nothing else at his disposal. He either knocks you out, or he tires himself out. This simply will not work in today's MMA world. However, I believe we can all learn something from this Buddha-bellied brawler that can be utilized in a street fight. Tank's strategy was a very smash-mouth approach. He was going to bring it to you. There's no feeling out process. There was just attempts to send your head into the upper rows. In the streets, there can be no feeling out process. You may have to deal with multiple attackers. You also don't want the fight to last long. Martial artists are used to easing into the fights. This makes it easy for them to be caught off guard by a sudden leap in the pace. It doesn't help that these men assumed it would be easy to deal with Tank. How much pressure could an untrained man put on someone who is constantly training? About that much. Bursts of speed and power can stun an opponent when they expect a nice, lazy feel-out. This will set the pace for the rest of your time together. Part of the feeling out process is staying either just within or just outside of punching range. In the early days of the UFC, many artists either had no understanding of ground fighting or very minimal. Unless you were training for the ground for a while, you probably weren't just going to pull guard and slip in a guillotine. Most people do not have any kind of martial arts training. They're just a tough guy on the street who thinks fighting is as easy as throwing punches. When you close distance, you have an opportunity to take him down, and you also take away his ability to strike effectively. You can push him into a wall and keep him there while throwing shots at your leisure. It is also very stressful to have someone in your face constantly. Not having a moment to relax will demoralize you much easier than knowing you're fighting a champion mixed martial artist. I said earlier that in a street fight, you do not want to take more time than you need to knock the opponent out. This makes hard shots a must. The jab can be utilized in many different ways. However, it should mainly be utilized to enter into range to punch. After an entryway is found, you need to strike hard and fast with knockout blows. None of your shots should be half-assed. That's not to say tire yourself out, however, as you should be sure of yourself. I mentioned in my video on Yi Long that I went to a man who studied Muay Boran, Krav Maga, Wing Chun, and a few other arts. He formed his own style of Krav Maga known as GSDA. I urge you to look it up. He told me that elbows are the best thing to utilize in a street fight. This is because they can be thrown with power and in rapid succession. This was later confirmed to me by my crew. He said exactly what the GSDA man told me without ever having crossed paths with him. He said that fists are nice, but easily broken. And when you're in his grill throwing elbows, it's very overwhelming, even for someone who is defending most of them. There's something that you can take from anyone when you watch them fight. You just need to know where to look and how to utilize it. Also, where to utilize it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, sub, comment, and share. The next video will be out soon, and thank you.